Hey everybody, this is Captain Kyle. Welcome to our live stream review of Bumblebee. And I'm just getting a few things set up here because, well, I'm still getting used to this whole live stream thing. But we're getting there. All right, let's pop in and see. We do have somebody watching. Yay. It's probably May. Hello. So... this will also be available in, obviously, replay. And I understand it's the holidays. Happy holidays. Whatever you happen to celebrate. Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, though I think that's over. I have no idea, but Festivus to the rest of us. And whatever you're doing, have a great time. I realize we may not have a lot of people here today because you're all out holiday shopping, or seeing Bumblebee, which is what I want to talk about. And get a drink. Okay, so Bumblebee. If you have seen it, let me know. Oh, Axel Loves Gaming waited all week for this stream. Well, that is awesome. I'm hoping that it meets with your approval. But we're still going to talk about Bumblebee first. If you've seen it, let me know. And if you haven't seen it, well, I'm going to try to keep the spoilers minor because I don't want to go through... and spoil anything for anybody, but I will just see that Bumblebee was awesome. All right. It is the movie we should have had back in 2007. And the Transformers looked awesome. Bumblebee looked a lot more like his 1984 version and all that stuff. But before I get into a lot of the details, there's a couple things that I have to talk about. If you'd like to support the channel, Super Chat is available. You can send us whatever. And we're also doing giveaways. Yes, we're starting giveaways with our live streams. So hopefully it's going to work. I've hooked it up, I think, properly. But there will be a giveaway. And the giveaway is a Bumblebee-related item. It is Bumblebee. So this is the new Walmart exclusive Bumblebee. I know that they've hit stores. You may already have one. You may not. You may have gone to find them and found out that all the scalpers took them. I only bought a couple extra. One for me, one for the girlfriend, and one for one of you guys. So you get this. So at the end of this live stream, I will do a random pick. And one of you is going to get that. Now, you do need to be 18 years or older. And for this one, we are unfortunately going to only keep it for the United States. For the Doctor Who ones, we'll probably expand to the UK as well. But anyway, that's what we're going to be giving away today. And so, I see that Bumblebee is staring at my head. Yes, he's staring at the back of my head. I'm feeling a little nervous. Axel Loves Gaming says he's rewatching the rest of the movies first. You can do that. And then this one will seem so much better. Yeah, this is the movie back in 2007 we should have had with... a good storyline, good character interactions. You actually got to feel things. I have to say that the battle scenes, you've already seen a little bit of them in the previews, but the battle scenes on Cybertron were awesome. There were Transformers that I did not expect to see in forms that I did not expect to see them in. And yeah, if you are an old-time Transformer fan like me, and I've been watching since 1984, then you will love this movie. Hi, Captain Beans. Welcome to the live stream. Again, we're doing a giveaway at the end of the stream. You get a Bumblebee. Somebody gets one. It's going to be a random thing. You just have to be in the live chat. Hi, Amy. Welcome to the live chat. And I have a cat with me who wants to say that he loves Bumblebee too. Yes, Captain Beans, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Captain Beans is totally right. He is smelling me. My cat is smelling me. Bumblebee was, again, the Transformers we deserved. There was, if you aren't familiar with the original and you saw it, it was a great movie. If you are familiar, if you're really steeped in the lore, there were so many great Easter eggs. I will just say Stan Bush. Thanks for contributing that song. Okay, hello. Yes, I have a cat with me. Ravage, eject. Yeah, so those of you who have seen it, it was awesome. Well, Axel, hopefully we'll get you for the next giveaway. Yeah, the show up for the Doctor Who streams, and we will definitely expand that. This is the first time we're doing it. We're trying to keep it simple. So, it did take place in 1987, which I thought was a little odd because Transformers came out in 1984. But maybe it's just because they wanted to show Alf. Alf shows up in this, well, on the screen during the, when people are watching TV. So maybe the writers were really Alf fans, and because Alf was on the air from 87 to 89. I don't know, maybe that was the reason. I don't know exactly why they did 1987 instead of 1984. Would it have made a huge change to the plot? I don't think so. But, as I said, overall great movie. It doesn't mean it was perfect. There were still little things, just little minor nitpicks, and I hate to be nitpicky, but I do want to point out that Optimus Prime had a really bad plan. Yeah, it was a little bit like Iron Giant with the emotional pulls. So, emotionally, it had a lot of great beats. But Optimus Prime... Alright, if you're familiar with the original Transformers story, then Optimus Prime and his Autobots crash landed on Earth 4 million years ago, blah, 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 blah. I actually talk about that in the story of Optimus Prime and the story of Bumblebee, which video is playing now on the channel. But in this, he sends Bumblebee as a scout to Earth because that's where he wants to have the base for the Autobots, because Cybertron has fallen. Which, you know, that's great and all, except why go to a planet with billions of sentient life forms to hide from the Decepticons who wouldn't care about those life forms and would, you know, blow you up? Why not go to an uninhabited planet? Now, I understand Earth had to be the choice because of the story, but Optimus didn't seem too concerned about the collateral damage. Okay. How does the channel not got 1 million subscribers? I don't know. I'm working on it. Skeptical they messed up all the Transformers movies up, but if you say it's good, I'll give it a try. Mark, this is the movie that we should have had. The movie that came out in 2007, okay. It was alright. If you just were that starved for a Transformers movie, it was considered good. But the Revenge of the Fall and the second one, oh. Dark of the Moon, a little bit better, and then it just went downhill. In this film, there is no one running around saying, I'm an inventor! I'm an inventor! I'm an inventor! You know, Mark Wahlberg as an inventor, I just don't get it. This movie was so much better. So this, like, redeems everything. This is what they should have been doing from the beginning. Let's see. Gavin Beans, I was asking about, what do I think about Doctor Who's next season being in 2020? I think it sucks that we have to wait that long. It better be really good. But yes, that is getting a little off topic. Yeah, why didn't he choose Mars? Mars would have been a good planet to send Bumblebee to, you know. I mean, it would have been hard to blend in, I guess. Things moving. But still, it just seemed a very odd choice that, you know, Optimus Prime wants to protect humanity. So let's set up a base on Earth so that the Decepticons will come and find us eventually, because you know it's going to happen, and kill a lot of people. I have seen Bumblebee. Yes, I saw Bumblebee. I saw Bumblebee yesterday. I went with my girlfriend. We saw it. There were some annoying kids around us, but we could mostly ignore them. And I became the annoying kid at certain points, and she had to shush me. But it was so moving. I was doing all kinds of fanboying over the movie. My girlfriend got very emotionally affected, more so than me. I mean, I thought some parts were a little sniffly. She was like, yeah, she was really, really crying. Just when, like, Optimus and Bumblebee. Anyway, I don't want to give too much away. Some moments of Transformers 1 was good. Yes. Like I said, the first one was okay. I have it. I've watched it. I may watch it again. And not really that much of a spoiler, but in Bumblebee, they show him losing his voice box. So, and I must have gotten a little confused. I know in Transformers Prime, the cartoon, Megatron's the one who ripped it out. I thought that was the case in the movies, but I'm not sure. If you know better than I. Let me know if it was actually Megatron, because in this movie, it definitely wasn't Megatron. But I don't want to say too much about that. He does switch to the radio, but you kind of figured that out too. And the thing is, with the radio, we were trying to figure out how could he actually go from station to station to find the perfect song, the perfect word in order to communicate. Well, the answer is he doesn't, because in order for him to do that, he would need to know what someone was going to say before they said it. Impossible. So he must go around and record snippets from the radio, and then orders them appropriately so that he can communicate, because there's no other way. We had that same problem in Greatest American Hero way back in the day. If you're not familiar with that, look it up. The moon was ruled out in Mars because of the human space program. Yeah, what space program? Yeah, I can understand that, but it didn't even have to be in the solar system. It could have been an uninhabited planet or an uninhabited moon in another solar system. It didn't have to be on Earth. But obviously it had to be Earth because that's where the story takes place. So I'm willing to give him a pass on that, but Optimus Prime wasn't thinking too clearly when he's like, let's hide out on a planet around all these human beings who could just die at any moment. You know, we could step on them accidentally. If we shoot them, they turn into water. You'll see what I mean. Yeah, that just didn't seem to make a ton of sense. Yeah. And the fights in the Transformers movies were fun to watch, but the story was awful. Yes, I agree 100%. The story was all over the place. I couldn't even get through the last night. I tried, but every, 30 seconds they were jumping to another scene with other characters, and it was so convoluted, I was just like, no, not going to do it. I can't do it. No. The best Transformer movie, other than Bumblebee, is still the 1986 animated one. So, there. But yeah, I couldn't get through last night. The fight scenes always look good, but confusing. It's hard to figure out what's going on, and the Transformers are so complex that it makes it almost hard to watch sometimes. But the battle scene in this one and Cybertron, oh my god, so good, so good, so good. I can't say it enough. Maybe the reason they didn't escape to the moon is in Transformers 3 there's the arc, so it would mess up the timeline. You know, that's quite possible. I actually think that they should take the previous Transformers live-action movies and just put them in the dumpster, pretend they didn't happen, have somebody show up with a sonic screwdriver and say, nope, this didn't happen, Bumblebee onward, and just redo those. What? Days of Future Past type thing, that would be nice. Okay, Megatron is frozen in Hoover Dam. That's why there's no Megatron in Bumblebee. Yes, they did mention that. And they did mention, apparently in the last night, Bumblebee is part of some demon squad in World War II and splatters Nazis all over the place, which I'm a little concerned about. But apparently they did something to... It's not totally ruled out, but... Yeah, they try not to mess too much with the timeline. Axel says it was Soundwave who got rid of Bee's voice box. That might have been the case in previous movies, but that's not who did it in this one. I will not spoil it for you, but it was not Megatron or Soundwave who took care of Bumblebee's voice. Yes, they do need to do a Greatest American Hero movie. I totally agree. If you've ever seen The Greatest American Heroine, you need to be watching it while on heroin. No, I'm kidding. Don't do drugs. That was horrible. When they tried to reboot The Greatest American Hero. I don't know if you've seen that, but if you haven't, you're lucky. Greatest American Hero would be nice to see a reboot of. Or a sequel. Yes, the original Transformers movie had lots of Weird Al music, and great thing in Transformers Animated, Wreck-Ar was voiced actually by Weird Al, even though it was Eric Idle in the movie. Yes, I know way too much about Transformers. Haley Stein Riley.
Steinfeld.
What's that?
That's the girl, Haley Steinfeld.
Yes, Charlie. Charlie, I thought she was a good character. I thought she was relatable. A little too emo at first, but she got over it. She had her reasons, don't get me wrong. I mean, the story with her was pretty solid. In this movie, there was a little too much showing of the humans, as in other Transformers movies, but not as much. And Bumblebee was around for a lot of it, so it wasn't quite so bad. But I thought Charlie, as a character, Haley's portrayal, very good. And I thought that they handled potential budding romance more realistically and well. So much better than watching Megan Fox and Shia LaBeouf just do it on Bumblebee's hood at the end of the movie. There's none of that. So yeah. Why did they choose the weakest Autobot to send to Earth in case the Decepticon was already there and all that stuff? They could have sent Ironhide, Ratchet, Sideswipe. Yeah, there's a lot of Transformers they could have sent. Let me refer to Bumblebee's tech spec back from 1984. Small, eager, and brave, Bumblebee acts as a messenger and spy. So he was sent to basically spy out things. So they weren't looking to put someone there who was like super strong. They were looking to have someone who's good at observing things, establishing a base, figuring out where they should be. Though, if you've seen the movie, they didn't actually figure out where the base should be. I'm thinking Portland, maybe at the base of Mount St. Hilary would be good. That'd be a nice place. But they didn't choose a location, but they scouted out stuff. Yeah, I mean he seems a little bit tougher in the movies than he did in the cartoon, but I think he was pretty strong. He was scouting the planet. He never knew there were humans, and he was going to take form as a car to be in disguise and scout out Earth. Right? Yeah, pretty much. What's interesting, Captain Beans is right. Maybe they didn't recognize human beings initially as, sentient creatures. It's actually interesting that in some early Transformers stories, they were like, what the heck they're not life as we know it. They know mechanical life, not organic life. So they're like, maybe they didn't know. The OG movie Bumblebee was already on Earth before Sam. Optimus knows about Sam before Bumblebee. Are there two Bumblebees? No. I can explain that because obviously from 1987 to 2007, when the first movie, Abomination, came out, Bumblebee was chilling on Earth. He was still on Earth. He was moving around, scouting out stuff. Who knows? Maybe they'll do a sequel in 1992 or something. I don't know what they're going to do with the Bumblebee franchise from here. It would be, or the Transformers franchise, but he could very easily hang out on Earth for 20 years and then meet Sam. One interesting little thing is, if you'll recall from the first movie, they asked Optimus Prime, how did they learn English? He said, we learned it from your World Wide Web. Well, in 1987, there was no World Wide Web, so maybe they were watching Alf. Hey, Matt, welcome aboard. But they did gather a lot of information in the 2007 movie, currently from the internet, and he was selling the glasses and all that stuff, so they found out about Sam. I have to go back and watch that first movie. It's going to feel like a real letdown after Bumblebee, trust me, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because I should be reminded of stuff. There's talk of an Optimus Prime movie. I would love to see an Optimus Prime movie. I think in Bumblebee, there wasn't one scene where Optimus said, I am Optimus Prime. I don't think he said that once. He didn't have to introduce himself to anybody. So we didn't get that. I'm sure we'll get that a lot in an Optimus movie. That'd be cool to see. The reason the Decepticons don't care about humans is because Megatron was corrupted by the original leader Starscream and was told that flesh needs to die. I'm not sure where you're getting that from. Because Starscream was a scientist before the Great War, but now I'm thinking G1 stuff. And Megatron was not corrupted by Starscream. It's just Decepticons don't really have much tolerance for creatures weaker than themselves and pretty much don't care about anyone else. They're the ultimate xenophobes. So they don't care about humans unless they can get something out of them. Which there were two Decepticons. The main Decepticons in this were Dropkick and Shatter, which I'm sure they're making toys of, but those aren't really... I think there might have been some Dropkick, but not in the same form. Somewhere in G1, probably a Micromaster. But, yeah, there wasn't... They didn't have a G1 pass to draw on, so they were kind of disposable. A lot of times, you can't really go by this. You will think, okay, I've never seen this character before. They're like cannon fodder. That's not quite the case, because there were a couple Autobots that are from G1 that met grisly fates. Well, one in particular. Again, don't want to spoil it. And I was very sad. I wanted to see that particular Transformer in a future movie, but... yeah. Why didn't they come up with Hot Rod, then backtrack in the movies? Well... I don't even recall Hot Rod from the movies. I recall Hot Rod from the original G1 cartoon. Little Turbo Robin young punk. Straighten him out yet. I don't know that he's got the popularity of Bumblebee. Bumblebee is like up there. He probably surpasses Optimus Prime in popularity. I mean, it's pretty close. But kids love Bumblebee a little bit more than Optimus Prime. They love, of course, Grimlock too, but we'll get to him. Let's see. I'd like to see why Ironhide is so reckless and why did they kill him, Jazz and Ratchet. I'd love to see that whole timeline wiped out. Do I prefer the Volkswagen Beetle or that other car? The Camaro. Well, I've always loved Bumblebee's original form. Will always love Bumblebee's original form. It wasn't bad as a Camaro. And the reason they did the Camaro, from what I understand in the first movie, instead of a Volkswagen, was at the time Volkswagen said, we don't want to be associated with a war. Too soon. Yeah, I don't know why they changed their mind, but I'm glad that they did. I'm glad that they used the original Beetle. He's not bad as a Camaro. I just like him better. I'm an old-style G1 fan, so I'm liking the original best. And want to see why Ironhide is so reckless. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, he was actually a veteran, and reckless warriors don't last to be veterans. So, I just blame it on Michael Bay. Yeah, let's see. You got what you said about the Decepticon was from the comics. Again, I'm not sure even in the comics, unless... That could be IDW. I'm not up on my IDW comics and my Dreamwave. I read a lot of the Dreamwave when they came out, and I'm actually kind of catching up. I know Marvel comics for the most part, and there were some really cool Marvel UK comics that were exclusive stories, but yeah, the IDW stuff, if that seems weird that Starscream would have led before Megatron. Dropkick and Chatter are toys. Yeah, I figured they would be, but were they toys before this movie? Canon fodder characters are sometimes used to create new bots. Well, we do have to understand that Hasbro wants to sell toys. I mean, they like that the movie does well, and I'm sure it's going to do well because it is an awesome movie. The only thing that's holding people back from watching it is because Michael Bay's name is on it as the producer, but definitely not the director. Not nearly as many explosions, and we didn't miss them. But Hasbro wants to sell toys. So yes, they're going to make toys out of everything that they can in this movie. They did it with all the movies, and they made a bunch of toys that were never in the movie, but could have been in the movie. So, yeah. So I figured Drop, Kick, and Shatter would be toys now, and I'd be curious to see how they transform as their triple changers. But I'm curious if they had a history before the Bumblebee movie. Bumblebee is the second most searched Transformer. Optimus is the first, and Megatron is the third. If you've seen my videos, I put out a story of Optimus Prime, and there's going to be more parts to that. I put out a story of Bumblebee. There's going to be more parts to that. If I'm going to do a story of anyone else, you can probably guess who. But you see, in the comic books, years ago, Deltran 1 scanned them, created the Dinobots, and they went and fought Shockwave, and then came back like many, many years later. Read the Marvel comics. It's really cool. But obviously, 65 million years ago, the Transformers weren't on Earth, so it would have to be some kind of time travel, I guess. Galveston was that? Not Galvatron, because Galvatron was Megatron. That's interesting. I'll have to check out that story. The reason they changed their mind, they was needed to blend in. Well, I don't know why Volkswagen would change their mind. He could have blended in as a Camaro. Ivory, welcome. Thank you. I like to think I'm awesome. Some people think I'm awesome. My girlfriend thinks I'm awesome. My cats think I'm awesome. I'm not so sure, but they're biased. Galvatron turned into Megatron. Galvatron was a shell for Megatron's mind. Wait. The continuity I know of is Megatron became Galvatron. And then there was a time travel thing in the comics where Galvatron came back and met Megatron. It was a whole big thing. But anyway, Steven Spielberg had a hand in making Bumblebee. I wouldn't be surprised. It did have a little bit of that E.T. style type vibe to it, you know. Mom, don't come in my room. Mom, you know, I'm hiding an alien from you. So if Steven Spielberg was involved, kudos to him. This was a much better thing than he had a hand in the first movie. Matt liked the interview with Floating Head. You liked it with David Fielding. Yes, the Floating Head Power Ranger man. Scatman Crothers in the Transformers cartoons was jazz. Hi, Tesco. You'd like to see the story of Megatron video. It won't be soon, but it will be. Then possibly some more obscure characters like Six Shot and Bruticus. And the Last Night Megatron. You liked him. Okay. We have 5 characters, by the way, for the storylines that we're doing. And once we get through with them, we'll probably examine more. May require me going back up to Bob Budiansky's house and interviewing him on more characters, if he can remember them. We're also going to do some relatively new toy unboxings, stuff that I found at cons, and we'll talk about some of those characters. So I hope you like those. If not, we won't make very many of them, but I think you'll like them. John Cena's character. Yeah, I thought John Cena, he did what he needed to do. He had some humor in the beginning, but then he became like, I just want to destroy these robots. I broke my Bumblebee. No, I dropped his foot. But I thought John Cena did okay. I should probably stop playing with this Bumblebee.
Make a noise.
This Bumblebee is the Takara reissue from 2004. So that's where he's from. And I just need to pop that back on there. And he's good. Whew. Transformer repair. I bet you didn't think you'd see that. The reason Golf turned into Megatron is because he had the memories of Megatron and Starscream downloaded into his mainframe. That sounds very complex. That sounds like something Michael Bay would do. Yeah, the Studio Series Bumblebee. I'm actually thinking about, I almost picked up the Target exclusive that had Camaro Bumblebee and Volkswagen Bug Bumblebee, but it was like $50. Yeah, no, it was $40. I was just like, wow, these are like $10, $12 figures inside here, 2 of them. It's a little much for me. And I've been starting to get more Transformers. See, I used to have a huge collection. I had every single G1. I had every single G2 from the US. I didn't have all the Japanese ones. But I had a ton of Transformers. Then I decided I wasn't using them. I'd just keep the newer ones. And I sold off the majority of my G1s, G2s, some of my Beast Wars. And became financially stable. So it was a good move. Sometimes I regret it. For some of the videos that I'm doing, I have to go to friends who I know have the G1 toys so I can borrow them, but they know I know how to use them. So I started getting back into it. It's kind of like addicted to Transformers, and I'm starting again. I need to stop. I have a bunch of Transformers that I bought that I will probably do some unboxings of, but I have to stop buying Transformers. Unless you want to buy me some. That'd be nice. Do a super chat. Hey, you can do a super chat and buy me a Transformer. Let's see. Like how you managed to spread out your fandoms. Very refreshing to watch. Thank you. I'm concerned that I have a very wide range of things that I like. Obviously, people are figuring out I like Transformers, which I didn't really get into that much previous. I do like Walking Dead. I do like Doctor Who. I do like Star Trek. We're trying to do a little bit of all, so if you're like, why am I watching a Transformers one when I really like Kyle for his governor? We're going to do more of everything, so we're just trying to keep it a big mix, so. But now it's out of the bag. I am a Transformer addict. I haven't bought a Transformer in 2 days. But thank you. Captain Bean says, as much as the Bayverse movies are terrible, the figures are always great. The figures are interesting looking. I can't say that I quite agree, and I totally respect your opinion if you like the Bayverse ones. Some of them are okay. But I think some of the transformations are really funky. I kind of like my G1 ones. Now, G1, I will admit, most of those are bricks. You know, you transform them, maybe you can move the arms like this. I do like a lot of the new Titan Master ones and Power of the Primes and some of the classics that they came out with. Much better articulation, but a lot of the Bayverse ones are like needlessly kitschy, and they just don't look like the robots that I love. Some of them are okay, though. Let's see, if you remember, he was hooked up to Megan and starts and then followed up. That's why you kept looking like. That might have been in a movie I didn't bother seeing. Would the Governor and Megatron get along? Oh, I don't think they would. I think Megatron would be like, "You flesh creature, you must be destroyed. You only have one eye. Reminds me of Shockwave." And I think the Governor would be like, "How can I use this to my advantage? Maybe use them to crush the biters." But I don't think they... All of G1. All. I still have a few things left. I have some reissues. I've been getting some of the Walmart reissues. I didn't bother with Hot Rod because I already had a Hot Rod reissue. And I even have the Crystal Rodimus and the Black Rodimus special reissues. So I'm going to be doing more videos on that stuff. Don't you worry. And I'm thinking about doing a video on some very rare G1 European ones called the Rescue Force. So keep an eye out for that. The Bayverse, Jetfire, Starscream, F-22 Raptor, and Blackbird. Yeah, they do have some really cool vehicles in the new Bayverse movies. It's just very kitschy. I don't know. I'm getting too old to transform these newfangled things. Dean asks, after knowing Transformers 5 was a crappy movie, and crappy movie is putting it nicely. Yes, Bumblebee makes up for all of it. Bumblebee, so good. Let's get back onto the topic. I mean, we're still kind of talking Transformers. Bumblebee good. Bumblebee really good. Bumblebee make me fanboy so much. Seeing a lot of Transformers. I'm not going to tell you everyone that you see during the initial battle scene, but you're gonna, if you're a big Transformers fan, you're going to maybe poop a little in your pants. It was that good. And again, the music, if you're into 80s music, the soundtrack on this is incredible, including something that was in the original Transformers animated movie. So yes, watch it. Matt, wonder if you thought I was just a Doctor Who guy, and through me, you've discovered lots of new and exciting things. I'm glad. I love spreading the fandom. But you know, we're actually going to be shooting some more videos today. Not live videos, but we'll have a new Doctor Who related video and a new Transformers related video, and very shortly we're working on a new Walking Dead. A couple Walking Dead videos are in the works. There's lots of fandom stuff coming out. And we're going to be doing a new reaction series based on Star Trek. So hopefully I can continue to expand your mind. The movie, if was an Age of Extinction. Sort of Transformers. It was an Age of Extinction. Yeah. I couldn't follow that movie. Yeah, if you go to, there's already a Reddit sub that on Transformers, you'll probably find a lot of like-minded folks. Thanks, Captain Bean. Glad you found him. And Paul McGann, I've seen him. I've actually not really spoken to him. I've spoken to a number of the doctors. Peter Davison. I got to talk to David Tennant very shortly, going through his line that was expensive. But he's I met a lot. But Paul McGann, hopefully I'll run into him. Grindor. Yes, Grindor from G1. 2 days till Christmas. Nearly one for Captain Beans. So that was decent compared to Revenge. Yeah. Bumblebee. I'm just going to say I'm giving it a thumbs up. I'm going to say it's like 9.5 out of 10. The 0.5 being just a little, not really continuity errors, but just logic errors in the story. Yes, wear your brown pants to see Bumblebee. And Mark says, Mark's trying to sidetrack me again. Yes, I heard that Negan is going back for an episode of Supernatural. That would be very cool to see that. I'm not as into Supernatural as some other people I know. There's someone sitting over there who's much more into Supernatural. But yeah, I think that's really cool. I'm glad that he's going back to that fandom, do a little fan service. You met Peter Cullen, the guy who does the voice for Optimus. See, I used to go to BotCons. I went to BotCons starting in 2000 all the way up until 2011. Well, for a couple that was the official Transformers Collectors Club convention. It was OTFCC, some stuff like that. But, yeah, I went to a lot of them. And then Fun Publications was getting really ridiculous with their levels and pricing. And I'm just like... In 2007, we saw the first movie for $25. We had to pay $40 to see 16 minutes of the next movie and tell Michael Bay what a great guy he was. And we had to pay $40 for that honor. It didn't seem to be going in a good direction, so I stopped going to BotCons. I've been thinking about HasCon this year. I don't know, has anyone gone to HasCon? It just sounds weird for a name, HasCon, but I'm thinking about going. We'll see. Should have ended Transformers After 3. All the good scenes from Revenge of the Fallen was the fight between Optimus' death and Sam's interrogation. Yeah, there was... I would agree that after Transformers 3, they should have called it quits. But then again, they had 2 more Abominations, and maybe that prompted them to make Bumblebee. So Bumblebee's worth having those movies exist. You don't have to watch them. Next Doctor Who stream, you'll share an interesting story from Paul McGann. Awesome. Captain Bean's looking forward to it. It will probably be after the new year. Maybe a little bit after... we'll probably do some additional discussion. I'm going to do a reaction to the New Year's special. But we'll probably do a live stream and talk about more stuff. How much longer on the stream? Who's to my left? My girlfriend, May, Maiden Cosplay. You've seen her in some of the videos. Bumblebee will not replace Avengers 3's movie of the year. Probably not, but it's dang good. It's really, 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 really good. So, watch it. Yes, give it a shot. Yeah, don't let the previous, as Captain Beans is saying, fellow Captain, give it a shot. All right. It is 3:45. Let's try this thing. We have an Autobot Bumblebee. It is the remolded face, so it looks cartoon accurate, but it's the G1 mold. For the most part, it has some nice paint detailing. I feel like Vanna White here. It is very similar to the 2004 reissue. It's even closer to the 2008 reissue from Takara, which was in the Encore packaging. But we are going to give this away. So let's see. Let me go here and see if we can see what's going on here. Let me see how I can connect this thing. Dashboard. Messages. Okay, channel stats. All right. Let's see. Eligibility. I'm trying this out. I'm not sure. Here we go. I have to run this for a few seconds. Everybody who is interested in this, go ahead and comment that you're interested, because it needs to see that you've commented in order to put you in. So any contest rules, you have to comment in here. That's it. And be 18 years or older and in the US, because I'm not going to be spending amazing amounts of shipping, more than this is worth to send it overseas, I'm afraid. For the Doctor Who stream, we will probably bite the bullet and include Europe in the giveaway. And for the Doctor Who stream, we will likely do a 720 version of the 13th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver. So that's what we'll be giving away for the next Doctor Who stream, which will be in January. So hopefully, if you want one, and if you don't get it for Christmas, you'll have a chance to win one. So anyone here who wants to be in on this, comment now, because I think it's only showing a couple people. And if you want a chance, now's the time. You really don't like Britain being an island. Not much I can do about that. I don't know. See if you can fill in the English channel. Maybe connect them. It's more than an island. It's many people's home. Yes. Manhattan is an island, and it's many people's home. And they have some cool stuff. So wherever you are, there you are. You got your own customized sonic screwdriver. That's cool. Okay, anyone else paying attention who wants to be in on this? Because Ivory's interested. Cool. I mean, if you already picked up one of these and you win it, you can always get it and you can give it to Toys for Tots, or, well, Toys for Tots is probably a little too late, or sell it on eBay. Friend, you could. 17 and a half. Tammy, well, I think the reason that they do that is because getting an address from someone who is under 18, I suppose if I hear from a parent or guardian, will allow it. Okay, so people are in the UK. You know something? I'm expanding it to the UK. Because I have too many pals in the UK. It's going to be a Christmas miracle. I will ship this. So if you guys win this, and you're in the UK, I will send to the UK. So let's see. Nightbot is still cooking. Anyone else in here who wants to be part of it? And if you prefer and you're in the UK, you can always pay for me to come visit, and I will deliver this by... Okay, anybody else who is interested in the giveaway, make sure you comment. Comment, comment, comment. We are going to get this started very shortly. Some lucky winner. There's only, let's see how many we have here. Looks like we have 6 people so far. So 1 in 6 is good odds. All right, I'm going to have a drink here. The suspense, I'm sure, is killing everybody. All right, we're going to... Yeah, if anyone wants to pay for my flight to the UK, I'll be happy to deliver it in person. If you allow me to crash on your couch, that's fine too. All right, here we go. Rolling it, and the winner happens to be Tammy Wilson. Tammy Wilson, congratulations. Tammy Wilson has won the giveaway. Nightbot already told you that. All right, so Tammy, you were the one who said that you were 17 and a half. Just, all right. You will need to send an email with your address and to captain@fandomspotlight.com. So I'm going to type that in for you, captain@fandomspotlight.com. And if you can, give me your address, I will ship this out to you. And you are the first giveaway winner. Woohoo! I hope Tammy's still here. Now, there was a question, am I press? I don't know what certified press is. I mean, we do news stories, we do coverage. I get press passes for many cons. Walker Stalker cons, Wizard World, New York Comic Con, Dragon Con. We report. I don't know if I haven't like gone to anywhere to register as an official press person, so I don't know if there's any certification involved, but most places accept me as oh, okay, someone else said that they were 17. Okay, you don't need to have your parents give you permission, Tammy, but send me that email and we will get you a Bumblebee. So yeah, as far as certified, I don't know what's going on there. So you were funnin'. 47. You are the same age as me. So if I can have Bumblebees, you can have Bumblebees. Congrats. Yeah, send me an email. We will get that out to you. Obviously, it's not going to show up in time for Christmas. I don't know if the post office even open on Monday. I'll have to see if I can get it out then. But all right, so final verdict, Bumblebee, really good. If you're really into Transformers, it's going to, and the history of Transformers, you are going to be wowed by all the fan service and all the Easter eggs, and that's pretty much it. Thanks everyone for showing up. This was a lot of fun. We'll do it again. Thanks, Captain Beans, and thanks everyone. Matt, Ivory, Tammy, congratulations again. And of course, Axel loves gaming. So yeah, and again, whenever you guys want to send me money for a ticket to the UK, I'll be happy to visit in person. Or, you know, if you know people who run a con over there and you want to suggest me as a guest, then they can pay for me to come over. And then we can hang out. All right, guys, that's all for now. You guys have fun, as I always say. And follow your fandom. Bye, guys.